Alright, we're live. Hello, welcome, one and all. Today is just going to be a bit of a hobby paint along. Nothing too fancy, just going to do a bit of painting. It'll be recorded. Yeah, we've got a little bit of music on in the background as well. I believe it's going to be a good afternoon, evening. Alright, we're mute myself on my phone. Right, otherwise, yep, let's get cracking. I'm going to be working on bits and pieces for my personal army, I think. So yeah, let's get on with it. So we're going to be working on a Dusk Raider. We're going to be working on my power sword that I've got. And we're going to just be working on the blade, the hilt, scabbard, and yeah, that's what we're going to be working on. I think that'll be a good place to start. So we'll I think what we'll do is we'll pop him onto a base with a bit of blue tack, and yeah, we'll get to it. Say hello if you're in the chat. Let's get down to business. I swear I've got more cork than this, but seems to be all I've got lying around. That'll do. So we'll, yeah. Hey, anybody, you alright? Looks of it, I can only... I'll have to chat with my phone by the looks of it for now. But, yeah. Right. Let's grab a nice sized brush for this. We're going to go with Beastly Brown from Vallejo. It's a nice colour, good starting point, and we'll go from there. Hey guys, how you doing? You alright? So we're just working on my Dusk Raiders tonight, I think, while we get down to business. It's a lot harder to paint when you can't use your wrists the way you like to use them. Thanks, buddy. You gonna stay a little while, Andy, or you only gonna be popping in and out? Oh, part of his arm is scratched. Oh well, nothing I can't fix. So get a nice bit of Beastly Brown. All over. And then I think we'll wash it and then we'll just work on highlighting it, which should be pretty straightforward, especially once we have the wash dry. But first bits first, get this bit done. Nice base coat. Nice, we're up to 3 people already. Happy days. What we'll do is we'll make the camera zoom in a bit more so we can see what I'm up to. And that's a bit better. Because obviously what we'll do is we'll just apply a couple of base coats, nice and thin, get it on, get the wash on, and then after that it's pretty straightforward to get the highlights. We mix a bit of XV88 and a bit of Wraithbone after that, and then a bit of Wraithbone on its own. But for now, get a nice solid base coat to work from, which isn't going to be too hard. This beastly brown covers nicely. Could be quite a good starting point, to be honest, for yellow as well. And then afterwards we'll do the hilt guards, I think. We'll do this ultramarine and the pommel and the scabbard down there. It's a nice colour, to be honest. I'll be looking at getting more Vallejo colours. I think I was on the Frost and Fish show a couple of hours ago. Had a blast with Mythos and Freak. Just chilling, hanging out, talking about hobbies, projects, living the dream. Done any painting since earlier, Mythos, or just chilled out? So far so good. So recently I've been looking at getting myself a couple more models. Thinking maybe a Torgaddon, I think, from the Imperial Fists, and the Salamanders Captain they released. I like the look of those models. I'll convert them so they can be used with my Dusk Raiders, I think, which will be nice. Plenty parts of the models that are very nice, but it's all the iconography really that I'm not really too interested in. Anybody else painting along with me? Anyone painting anything nice? Mythos? Simon, you doing anything good? Your Starship Trooper kind of vibe looked pretty nice. Good man. Is it you playing Dragon Age Inquisition, or are you playing 1 or 2? Nice. It's looking pretty tidy. I think I'll varnish this guy again, gloss varnish him. I do another pin wash, I think. Another oil wash, I think, of black. Just redefine some of these lines, panels and stuff. So this is kind of where we're at the moment. It's fairly strong on the base coat area. Could be a bit darker in there, but the wash will darken all this down. Right, so yeah, we'll do a wash. Good man. Imagine how cool that would be, painting some of those models. Especially some of the Templars or the Mages. They've got loads of characters in them. Character in the characters, funnily enough. The Obliterators, man, is they're very nice. I like the skin tone you've achieved with them. It's very nice. So we're going to pull a drop of flow improver into the side palette next to it, just so we can keep this. Washing up liquid works kind of the same thing really, I've been told. Or so I've heard or read, haven't tried it, don't really want to, but it's all about surface tension, isn't it really, when it comes down to flow aid or flow improver. Yeah, much better. So get that in all the cracks and crevices. Lovely. The other side now. Fantastic. So this is what I did earlier using similar recipes. I used a bit of Nuln oil afterwards, but this is kind of what we're going for. Possibly just as dark, but maybe not. We'll see. Oh, nice. That'll be nice. Seeing it as a Nurgle. Haven't seen anybody do it yet. I'll Nurgle it up a little bit. Looking groovy. So I think moving forward, there is potential that I will be doing the YouTube videos and stuff, or streams at least, on Twitch, YouTube, if it's easier. Save me messing around. And if people can access it easier, then that's what really matters, to be honest. Hangout, paint some miniatures really. Right, so while this is drying, we'll work on getting that hilt done. So to do the scabbard, we'll use some Retributive Gold, I think. Paint water, yum. If anybody can comment in the chat for me and let me know how the music is playing over or behind. I haven't obviously got it necessarily playing through my headphones, I can't hear it, I just know it's playing. I think the song's just changed. Yeah, song's just changed. But if you could let me know how it's looking, that would be really appreciative. Otherwise, let's carry on painting. So we will use, I think we'll use wrong one. There we go. We'll use liquid gold instead from Vallejo. Lovely. I have no idea what it's playing. It's just a playlist. I can't tell if it's good or bad or what. I just know it's playing. Right. Lovely. Right. Yum. Right then. Use what's going on in here. This should do fine. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll just get a nice coat. It's going terribly already. I hate using these paints sometimes. It always goes wrong straight away. There we go. I swear it doesn't like me at all, to be fair. These paints. Don't worry, this is a synthetic brush. Winsor & Newton brush is fine. There we go. That'll have to do. Only want a quick coat, and then I'll have a bit of Reikland Flesh shade thrown over it. If we can get a nice quick coat, there we go. That'll do. We'll build it up. It doesn't really matter. There we go. I can always fix it after the video if I'm not happy with how it's looking, but it's okay at the moment. So, get this down, and then I'm going to need to get myself a better or finer synthetic brush soon. This has got no point to it anymore anyway, so there's that. I think we'll use a little strip of Screamer Pink next to the scabbard. I think it'll look quite nice, or maybe some purple. Be a nice pop colour. For now, we'll just get this based. Paint dries so fast. It's good, but bad at the same time how fast it dries. So we don't need to worry about that being too neat around the sword. We need to be neat around the hand. You won't really see that underside too much, but we will see up here. If not, we can correct it later with, or afterwards, with the airbrush or a regular brush. Nice, that'll do, I think. And then this little lock here. Scabbard should be dry. Just go back over. It's a lovely gold. I've yet to use the old gold, but I would like to use it soon. Just have no idea what I'd use it on, to be honest. But I used this to paint up a Eternal not too long ago. Turned out quite nicely. This Reikland Flare shade, bit of Agrex shade, and then dry brush of Liberator and Stormhouse Silver, and it turned out pretty nicely. There we go. Ah, lovely. It's looking great. So we'll touch up this bit of hill over here. I might paint this using a different paint compared to what I had originally thought of, but for now, it doesn't matter. Lovely. Nice. So this is where we want it to be. Just neaten up. There we go. So we're looking a bit rough at the moment, but that's okay. All that matters is we've got the base colours down for what we need to do. and then afterwards we can fine tune it. Nice. Might strip this pommel down. Get a bit of texture from it, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. This is where we're at. Gold is based. What we'll do: clean the brush, and then we'll get the silver. And then we move on to quickly doing the silver. Throw a wash over that and the gold. Are you going to go with classic Nurgle, or are you going to go for your own version of Nurgle, Simon? So we're going to use a bit of chrome, model layer chrome, although it doesn't come out very thin at all, to be fair. It's like someone told you this was for air, you wouldn't think it was, considering how thick it comes out, but it's a really good paint. Very nice and shiny. Perfect for a power sword. It's probably almost too dry, too shiny really. I do want to do a glow, but for now this will be fine. So we'll get this in. Good man. You're doing one of the contagions, is it? Where they have those, like from the Conquest, they show you different contagions, or they've got certain names. They're not chapters in the same. They're chapters, but they're just not called chapters. Look forward to seeing what it is that you do. Your painting is very good, and I enjoy seeing what you're up to. Put a little power node in here. Nice, looking good. This is where we're at. So, yeah, nice and shiny. We'll pick out this here. And we'll pick out that one there. Lovely. Yeah, this is coming along very nicely. I think simple wash, and then get it all the way up to where I want it to be, highlighted, shaded, and then afterwards off camera, because I'm not going to try and do that with a camera in front of my face. I will come in with the airbrush and just a little spray here around the central node, I think, of some blue. I'm thinking keep it simple, and make a little bit of a glow. Thing is there's so many different ways that you can paint a power sword. Paint it like an energy sword from Halo, or you can paint it like a lightsaber, or you can paint it like a regular sword and then kind of Game of Thrones it, so when you just turn it on and fire comes off it. Thing is whatever I do, I'm going to have to continue it for the rest of my army, so realistically I'd prefer to do all the wet blending, so I might do this and then change it all anyway, but for now this will work fine. Hey man, how you doing, Stephen? You well? You gotta watch Peaky Blinders with the wife. So this is where we're at, Stephen. Yeah, man, I completely agree with you, Wolf Brother. I do like that style too. Glorious. Nice. I can live with the fact that that little bit there is not painted. I'm not going to see that unless I flip the model up like that. So I'm going to be fine with that. Along with his hand, you're not going to see it. Right, this is where we're looking. So I'm not Birmingham's finest. Worcester's finest. So we'll get you up to speed. So far we've base leather, beastly brown, washed at Agrax Earthshade. Gold is with Vallejo metal gold. It's a little patchy in certain places, but it's fine. And then we've just used chrome on the sword blade itself and these little buckles. We're going to wash the gold with Agrax Earthshade, I think. We'll leave the chrome as it is, keep it nice and shiny. But yeah, that's where we're at the moment, Stephen. And then afterwards, we're going to... Well, we'll wash the blade, null and oil, but we'll leave these little studs, I think, alone. But yeah, that's where we're at the moment. Looking pretty good so far. Feeling rather happy with how it's looking. I'd rather wash it all and then take it away from the inside recesses just to make sure it's on the gold properly. I'm going to have to fix this bit here near the hand. No matter. The wash doesn't sit the same on top of this surface because the gold isn't gold is not acrylic, but you can kind of dab it into place and it'll be fine. My red's not even pin washed yet. Oh dear. Ugh. So guys, we're going to go to 9:30 tonight. Keep it nice, short and sweet. But this is a kind of a test run. Yeah, man. It's liquid talent. Doesn't taste nice though, does it? But we'll go to 9:30, keep it short and sweet, and then yeah, we'll get definitely been feeling quite motivated about the hobby recently. Thanks to Stephen and Mythos and Freak, with obviously the video that I was in earlier with them. Those guys are amazing, and obviously you should support them anyway, considering they're part of Peninsula Hobby and Chill, but also because they're great guys. Right, so this is where we're at with the sword, the wash and stuff. So what we're going to do... There we go. Changed my mind. There we go. Pretty groovy. That's pulled a lot there. Nice. I wonder where those brushes went. I did the other day find some synthetic brushes. Bear with me just a moment. I've got to try and find them. They got taken out, I know that, but I don't know where I put them. Oh well. I'll have to ask my girlfriend later, because she knows where we put them. Nope. Oh, I know where we put them. I think we put them in her drawer. Can we put them in her drawer? Oh well, doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, here they are. So we're going to quickly crack out the Broski Hug. Skizzers. Where are my skizzers? Hobby blade will do. Nice. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to just quickly clean up that gold with a nice fine synthetic brush. This one we'll do. And yeah, clean up that. We'll highlight that gold, the silver, and then we'll do the highlighting for the leather. Anybody else painting? I know Mythos. Oh dear, you're in trouble now. Mythos is playing Dragon Age Inquisition. You doing any painting, Stephen, or are you just chilling? Let me just concentrate for a minute. The brush. Oh, I see. Little lip that goes round. Good man. Chilling with the wife. Kind of. I've got part way through it. I'm going to strip it and do it properly. But I'll show you what I've got. I like this gold and I don't like this gold. Where did I read it? I painted a little bit of them, to be honest. I got one when I went to the there was an event going on, open day. That's it. And they had a couple there that they were giving out. It's only the one. There wasn't anything else. But yeah, I had a go. It was a right model, to be honest. I used the new Iron Warriors paint, which was fun. It's a nice paint. But I haven't used it since or anything like that. But yeah, it was good paint, to be honest. I enjoyed it. It's darker and covers better than Lead Belcher. Just bear with me, folks, as well, just because I just need some precision right now in my life. It's going a bit terrible, but it's fine. But nothing we can't clean up after. I'm not feeling this hilt. I can see the texture building not up on there. Doesn't matter, because I'll strip it if I don't like it. Right, pop that lid back on. The Sisters of Battle model is in the box. Is this mine or my sister's model? There we go. This is where we got. I used a bit of Apothecary White, used some red. I haven't really done much to it. I'd strip it and I'll start again. But otherwise, it's yes, it's going okay. I've only got the one model, so if I'm going to do it, I'll do it well. Oh, nice. So we're going to just reapply these highlights. There and there. Because what I'll do afterwards, when there's not camera being waved around in my face or whatever, is I'll go back in and I'll add the colour Alchemy White from Scale 75, Metal Alchemy White, and it's really bright white. It's like white, as white as you can get. It's great. To brighten up the chrome even more, I reckon. It might, I don't know, but we can give it a go. And highlight down the middle and pick out the little doodah, little node for the power sword. But yeah, so far so good. There are things that would definitely change. This little hilt I'd redo and maybe not use the Vallejo metal colours. I don't think, or at least not the alcohol based paint one, but it doesn't matter. I've already stripped this once. Nothing's stopping me from stripping it again. I'm also going to have to mask it off as well, because I need to finish that hand, the red hand and arm, because it's not done. Needs a bit of ink put on it first. There we go. So this is where we're at. We'll do the leather now. Get out a nice brush. Get it flowing nice and thin. There we go. And now what we do is we'll get a bit of XV88. Just a smidge. They're very close in colour. And then we want afterwards a little bit of Wraithbone. Because we'll go straight, or we'll mix that in. And then we'll have a bit on its own as well. So load up your brush, get yourself all comfortable, and then yeah, we'll do some highlights now. Keep yourself super comfy. It's important. Do what you gotta do with your hands. Trust me, I'm not trying to eat my paint deliberately. There's a bit of dried paint then on the end. So it's subtle at the moment. We can just drop a little bit of Wraithbone in there, just a smidge. You don't want loads at all, just to brighten it up a little bit. We're not going to see a lot of this bit, so highlighting it is kind of pointless. But we can still do a highlight. It's more about principle, really. You know I haven't done it, so the least I could do is just give it one little highlight. Doesn't have to be anything overkill. But it's at least something. Alright Stephen, take it easy man, and I'll catch you when I catch you, buddy. And let's do the other side now. So the thing is when you're highlighting, you look at the belly of the brush, and sometimes when you load up your brush you'll have it like that. So I'll load up a brush now. And then you can see it build up in the brush. On the tip of it, you'll see it build up really weirdly. Just do like 1 or 2 stripes or little lines on your hand. I know obviously you do that already, Simon. Most of your posts have it on your fingers already, but just in case anybody else wasn't watching or watches in the future and wants to know, that's what I personally do. Your practice may vary, but you only want to do 1 or 2. You don't need to go overkill. Right, we're going to just mix a little bit of white back in here, just so we can actually see the highlights. It's very subtle so far, but we'll build it up. And what we want to do now is we just want to highlight just either side. Doesn't matter if it's not perfect, but it doesn't matter. And then add a little bit more white than last time. A bit more flow. There we go. And then fine point. Do whatever you gotta do to get there. And then we literally just want to just a few little lines. And then we want to take just Wraithbone, just on its own. As pure as you want it. Mine's pretty pure. It's got a little bit of the XV80A still, and then just tiny little remember, if you're not happy, you can just do it again. But without me really inspecting this, it's a bit harder with a camera. I have the model a lot further away than I like. Don't matter. I'm happy with this line for certain. These aren't the best, but when you look at that, it reads okay. There we go. I'll probably fix this bit here, but it doesn't matter too much. Let's paint. Do it again. Took me what, 30 seconds, 40 seconds? Spent longer waiting for it to dry than anything else. There we go. Clean up that middle section. I did a pretty bad job of cleaning up the mold line as well, by the looks of it. And then what we'll do is we'll just sharpen that one highlight on the other side. It's not the best. So all we need to do, I'm going to do this without a camera in front of my face. Would actually be A, having beastly brown and not a highlight colour. Remember, this colour will be, there we go. It might not be as dark because of the wash. Best thing you can do is just do an incredibly thin wash again with Agrax Earthshade. So that's what I'll do. Because you haven't layered, you've only highlighted. Once you apply the wash, you'll be back to where you started. Yeah, I think I've cleaned up that highlight pretty okay. You can see it, but it's because it was thin, because we kept it thin, and I essentially painted kind of back over it. I've been able to hide it. If you thin it down even more, you can glaze it back over, and then yeah, re-establish whatever it is that you worked on beforehand. So we've got a glaze now. Thin, super thin. And we'll throw a bit here, and a little bit down there. And then we'll just throw a little bit back here where we fixed it. Lovely. And then I think we'll throw a bit down here as well. Personally, quite happy with that. And then what we'll do around here is I'm going to just reapply the wash. There it is over here. And then yeah, now that's where I'm going to leave it tonight. I'm happy with how my blade looks, I'm happy with my leather. I'll stick this on my Cassius in good time. I think I'm going to come back and do the thing with the airbrush though after the camera's off, and I'll put up a couple of photos on the page. But yeah, I think it's turned out pretty nicely. It's by far my greatest work, but I'm happy with it, and that's what matters. So yeah, this is where we're at. It's nice, it's simple. If you were to have that in your Cassius, you wouldn't be too upset with that, I don't think. All I need to do, mask off all of it now, essentially, and ink the hand and pin wash it so it looks how it needs to look. But yeah, thank you very much guys for stopping in for my first test run YouTube video. I know there wasn't many of us, but I appreciate those of you who are here. Said hello and all the bits and pieces. It means a lot. As always, I guess I can say it now because it's on it. Like and subscribe, ring the bell if you want to. Yeah, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.